Hi, I'm Bill McGurk, and I've been a student, a teacher, a proponent and supporter of the foundation, and visitor to the campus, and trying to get the very best I can out of this undiscovered jewel, largely undiscovered jewel in Manchester, Connecticut.
What was your first contact with MCC?
Wow, I go way back, not way, way, way back. I remember Bill Vincent and Farrell Vincent when they were the president. I remember having social events down here to promote the college and the community and being invited to that. I remember some of the other folks going way, way, way back. You got Ted LeBon, you had Dr. Morrison, Bill Johnson, a real pillar of the MCC community. I remember Chuck Police. Chuck, he knew where all the secrets were. They were buried in his computer somewhere. I was the treasurer for the foundation at that time, and I recall very well when I finished up as treasurer, Bill Johnson and Jonathan Dalby, and Chuck probably had a hand in it, get me an MCC chair. I still have the chair. In fact, it's in the Rockville Bank boardroom as we speak.
So you're really going back to the 1970s, probably?
Late or early 80s.
Early
yeah,
80s.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
so
yes.
30 plus years.
Long time, right.
What changes have you seen in the college in those 3 decades?
Oh my gosh, what hasn't changed really? The campus is new, faculty, the whole thing, the student body, everything has changed. It's been a significant change, a significant expansion. It's really come an awfully long way from the old World War II Quonset hut buildings to today's modern, state-of-the-art, carefully designed. Wow. I came in through a bunch of kids when I came today from the Great Path. Young people there and energetic and excited and glad to be here. So it's kind of a real nice atmosphere.
Could you talk about some of the activities that you've been involved in that you're most proud of?
Well, I had the honor of being honorary chairman of the Evening of Fine Wines twice, 2002, 2007. I've been here for a number of other events. I know, talk about cultural things and making a difference in your community. I remember Admiral Grace Murray Hopper was a speaker here. They've named a ship after her. I'd be lucky to get a rowboat named after me, but anyway. Dr. Brathwaite was here as a speaker in the graduation period. So I've been here for cultural events. I think they run a Father's Day event with the cars. The Evening of Fine Wines is the cultural event this side of the river. East of the river, that's it. I've been in the classroom as a student, and I was a guest lecturer with the Certified Financial Planner with Sandy Williams. So I've kind of done, I hope I haven't missed too many things, so I've tried not to.
Can I ask you what course you may have taken?
Finance and management related courses, and I was a guest lecturer one time. I did the banking segment on the Certified Financial Planner. I'm the guy that brought in, hey, you want to be a millionaire? I know this deal over in Nigeria. You're going to get a lot of money. It's it's a scam, the 529 scam.
As you got more and more involved with the college and the activities, was there anything that surprised you about MCC or what we do here?
I think the community colleges, and I also served a term on the statewide board of trustees and the state auditor, so I have a great appreciation. I think that people in general are surprised at the quality and the things that go on here that are so important. Community colleges really provide opportunity. I know there's been efforts to say, oh, gee, we've got to, cut back remedial training and things like that. This is the place people get a chance. I got to get a plug in now because I need to do it by the end. Graduation rates. I'm part of the problem. I'm not going to graduate, but I'm signed up. I'm a student in the community college system, and I'm never going to graduate. We knew a bright kid who was a friend of one of my kids at home, Summers High School, took courses here, A's all the way through, and just didn't show up at the graduation. I was there on the stage because he just transferred. He's part of the bad statistic as well. So it's an irrelevant measure. The opportunities that are provided are fantastic.
So let's say you were talking to someone, a friend or say a former business colleague, and you wanted them to consider becoming part of the foundation or one of our boards. What would you tell them?
I'd tell them that they can be really proud of MCC and all of our community colleges. They really provide opportunity. They provide quality education. There's a real caring atmosphere in just about every corner of the campuses, and I've been on every single one of them. So I'd say in general, I'm a strong proponent of community colleges. They make a difference. And they've attracted great people with the foundations, and all their involved faculty, admin, all seem to care.
Okay. You briefly mentioned several of the people, possibly former presidents, being placed. Could you amplify on some of the people who you've worked with, either who are also on the foundation or people staff, presidents of the college?
I can, with the great trepidation, because darn it, you're always going to forget somebody. One of the people who's a real champion is Hans Weiss. Hans has been recognized by the Manchester Chamber. He's got his name on the art gallery here. He did a tremendous job when I was the honorary chairman. It's hard to make me look good, but he did a little sketch and did a fantastic job, so I got to hand it to him for that. You've got people like Rosemary Papa. You've got a whole bunch of others that Leslie Brown, Betty Benavides, Craig Lappin. There's a whole, and I know I'm leaving off some names that I'll get myself in a car driving home and say, darn it, why didn't I think of so-and-so? You got some current people there now. I know Kristen Johnson well for quite a few years, and Rick Trakimovich, who took my seat on the foundation, if you will. So there's been some great people all around that are just love Manchester Community College.
Can I make a quick question, Bill? It's a philosophy you've had with Rockville Bank and the commitment that you had with the bank, which spills over to your relationship to this college, where many people serve on the foundation, maybe 5 to 7 years. You've been there 31 years, which is a remarkable thing.
Too long.
I'm curious about your philosophy as it relates to business and philanthropy and education.
Oh.
Can you respond to that?
Sure. In business, in education, in your whole life, you got to take the long-term view. You make a living by what you get. You make a life by what you give, and you got to be out there caring and really, and you got to exercise value. One of my mantras is personal responsibility. If it's to be, it's up to me. You are personally responsible, and I'm a retired Navy ethics instructor. I got A in ethics in school, and I've been long a proponent of proper business ethics. Never withhold from something from someone to which they're entitled. And if you do those kind of things, I guess in a corny way, it's kind of like the golden rule. Treat people the right way, and it'll come back to you. I can say now, I'm not gonna, but if I wanted to run for governor, they'd have some trouble digging up some place where I'd done a bad deed to somebody in the past, because I haven't. I've never cheated anybody that way. Lots of chances, though. You get it in business, and I've passed them all up, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, I'm talking about pride. If you look back at your 32 or 33 association with the college, is there one thing that you could say, this is what I want to be remembered for, or this is what I have the most pride in having accomplished?
Well, at one time I held the record for the amount of money raised at Evening of Fine Wines, and I was really glad to be beat and lose that record. The current fellow, Bill Crawford, holds it now from this past year, my successor at Rockville Bank, and I hope he doesn't hold it too long either. Somebody beats him. I'm just generally proud to have been affiliated and be able to come down to the campus and know a few people and do some things. And no, they're not going to name a building after me. That's fine. No, I have a bridge named after me at Snuntuck, the one that goes over the moat, but that's probably the end of it. You get limited resources, but I'm just proud of the community colleges in general, and certainly Manchester Community College. They've made a positive difference.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add, perhaps something we haven't covered?
Well, the college has made a difference. They've brought quality in the program. I mentioned Dr. Brathwaite, and I mentioned Admiral Morrison. They have really tried to make a difference in people's lives. They've tried not to look at people as a number. They've tried to look at them as individuals, and that's where the remedial things and those that are so important get somebody up to speed. And you can say, well, let's blame the high schools. No, let's fix it. Let's take what we've got, provide opportunities, and to get those few people. There's a couple of the student members that were on the Board of Trustees with me that were so pleased because there's one fellow, we'll leave names out of this part. He said, gee, I just never would have made it. People kind of helped me out, took me under their wing, and I am doing so well now. And he is. He's doing a great job out in the world.
The Can you talk about the financial support that Rockville has done, or is that too immodest? Done on behalf of the...
I'll say generally, yeah, John. Rockville Bank is proud to have been a supporter of Manchester Community College for a long time. Most recently, this past year with the Evening of Fine Wines, the 2 years that the bank also chaired under my name. But every year, we've done some things for the college, and we're glad to do that because giving back here yields great dividends. It's not an expense, it's an investment.
I know you're proud of your naval experience. What did you retire as?
Oh, in the Navy?
Yeah.
I'm a captain, 06. I was at my ship reunion a couple of weeks ago in Ocean City, Maryland. I'll be at the Naval War College in a couple of weeks for the Current Strategy Forum. And I'm on the board of the USS Forrest Sherman DD 931 Foundation. That's my old ship. They're going to make a memorial to it up in Bath, Maine, where it was built.
It's a good thing you retired.
They caught up with me. I love my time in the Navy as well. I like everything I do. It's fun. I enjoy what I do.
I could tell you've got a real sense of a lot of enthusiasm.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
And a lot of different interests, but the philanthropical and is really comes out nicely.
You got to give back. You got to make a difference. That's what I like people to remember me. Hey, he made a positive difference while he was here. So.
I'm telling a tale out of school in a way. I don't think Bill remembers this, but I approached the bank to have several people come in to talk to my public relations course, and he provided me with 2 people and showed up.
Oh.
There in the classroom and observed. They provided all sorts of wonderful literature and materials to pass out to the kids.
Good, yeah. We've tried. It's been fun to come to various schools, usually younger ages, and talk about banking, careers, balancing checkbooks, et cetera.
You know, in this area, the bank sets the tone for the model corporate citizen. I mean, really.
You gotta. That's an obligation. That's a duty. We're not just here. We're sort of caretakers. I think the community banks are really assets of the community. They're not just working for the shareholders. You got your communities, you got your shareholders, you got your customers, you got your staff, and it all should fit together and be properly balanced.
Chuck, we good?
Except for the fact I think I forgot to take Bill's picture. Go ahead.
Oh, you want to just do a little? Okay, so we'll
Just
just.
do a little bit. Yeah, you've done basically. You realize I forgot to take this picture.
What did I forget?
So enthralled was I.
Got it. Oh, geez. Oh, it's getting deep over here on my end.
We're still
Getting
recording,
deep on my end. I'll be careful. I won't say anything. I'm always cautious.
Did you get the photo? Are we still working on the photos?
Just two more.
Chuck, you got to be a little quicker. You're going to lose your job here.
I know, I'm almost done. My apologies.
That's all right. I think you're coming around for a different angle, I think.
That's my good side. Get behind me. That's my good side.
All right.